Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us yet for another edition of the Lives and Lessons Learned of 100 Christians as we start to wind down. We're doing somebody I don't know much about. I just learned about this person about a month ago. George Janko. He is an American social media influencer, stand-up comedian, and podcaster who gained prominence on the now defunct platform Vine, and later as a co-host of Impulsive podcast. He is now the host of his own successful show, The George Janko Show, where he hosts real, honest, and faith-based conversation with some notable figures. His early story, his early career. A Chicago native, George Janko started his career as a Viner, a content creator on the short-form video app, The Vine, before transitioning to YouTube, where he created comedy sketches and music. He also pursued acting, appearing in projects like NCIS Las Vegas and the film No Escape. The Implosive era. George Janko joined Logan Paul's popular Impulsive podcast as a co-host for over 2 years, serving as the moral anchor on the show that often leaned into spectacle. During this time, his strong Christian faith often led to debates and discussions about values on the show. If you don't know who Jake and Paul Logan are, I think that are their names. That's all right if you don't know those guys. But they could be pretty crude, and one of them has got into boxing, very influential, though, with a generation of people. A deliberate exit. In March 2023, Janko quietly left Implosive, the podcast I was talking about, due to a misalignment of values and feeling disrespected and interrupted when trying to share his perspective. He chose to walk away from a massive audience to pursue a platform that better aligned with his personal and spiritual beliefs. The George Janko Show, he launched his own podcast, which focuses on faith, purpose, struggles, and triumphs. Through deep, unscripted conversations. The show has been highly successful, proving that his audience values his authenticity and depth. I think he does it with his wife as well. I watched a little bit of one of his podcasts. The lessons, authenticity over platform. Janko's departure from a massive platform demonstrates the lesson that alignment with one's personal values is more important than chasing a large audience. He prioritized building something that reflected his true self, and his audience followed. The power of vulnerability and honesty. On his show, he emphasizes honesty and vulnerability. He believes that God is always present and listening, which motivates him to be the same person on camera as he is in private. He encourages open confession and placing one's struggles at God's feet. Again, faith is a foundation. A core theme of his life and work is his Christian faith. He views following biblical principles as a direct path to a better life, both mentally and spiritually. He stresses that salvation is a gift received through faith in Christ, not earned through our good works. Adversity and the triumph. Janko teaches that God can turn, quote, a really bad situation into something amazing for his glory, viewing trials and tribulation as opportunities for God to work in one's life. How about living in the present? He emphasizes the importance of appreciating life by living in the present moment and counting one's blessings as a way to combat anxiety and depression. Resilience against criticism. He handles criticism by focusing on God's unchanging nature rather than wishy-washy opinions of people. He stands firm on his faith, which he calls his rock. Going back to a little bit his experience on the show, during the time of the Implosive podcast, Janko often referred to himself as the moral anchor. He frequently invoked biblical principles during discussions about controversial or provocative topics, sometimes leading to a spirited, albeit respectful, debate and disagreements with his co-host. Again, his co-host in that old show, very worldly, very, if you want to use the word, secular kind of people. So the George Janko Show, he invites a wide range of guests from celebrities to theologians and steers conversations toward issues like mental health, purpose, anxiety, and trauma, always filtering these discussions through a Christian lens and offering faith-based solutions. So if you're curious, check out his show. Obviously, I don't know much about it. I can't endorse I might not be able to endorse every single thing he says, but it's worth checking out. And again, he left a very well-known secular podcast to kind of start his own with faith and Christ is more as a focus. So, all right, thanks so much. Take care. God bless. Bye.